Okay, I guess it's working. I hope so. Anyways, so uh, I apologize for this weird angle. I don't know if I'm visible. I should be visible. I mean, yeah, I should be visible. But yeah, anyways, I just came from outside. So there are like stuff going on in my life which are like making things clear for me. And recently, I got this reminder that that I think I have sort of lost the plot of my life. What do I mean by that? I mean, even I'm not sure, but like I had some things right. I had some things in my mind when I started this channel, when I started this whole journey in my own head at least. I had plans, I had milestones. I still have them, but with time, I I experienced that all these plans and all these goals and all these ideas, right? They sort of fade away. You know, they got just like transferred to the back of my mind. They used to be my primary concern, and then they became just thoughts that I had. And personally, like, thank God for my life. Like, thank God for my circumstances. Thank God for the kind of situations I am usually end up into, because every single time I forget about my aspirations, I forget about my goals, I forget about my plot, basically, my arc. Whenever I just like start to forget about them, there usually like some stuff start to happen, some things start to happen in my life, which reminds me of those things again, which just like kind of shakes me and brings me back to reality, and like just tells me that like like motherfucker, like you were supposed to do this thing, like you were supposed to do something else, and you are doing something else. Like like you're not supposed to be here, where you are. And just like thank God for all those moments. Like I'm doing stuff, I'm trying out sorry, I'm trying out new things, and every single time I get back to the visions I had, I get back to the plans I had. We will see. Here's the deal, and I've noticed this thing again and again in this past 6 7 months. There are things to do in life. There are sort of adventures to go into, or war to fight, or demons to slay, or just challenges to take, or ideas to transform into reality. There are these things in life, and these things can be of someone else, or it can be of you. You could have some ideas, you could have some plans, and you can follow them, you can pursue them, you can work on them. Or else, if you're not doing that, if you're not following those things, if you're not following your own life, then most probably there will be things imposed on you. People will impose things on you, and like not forcefully, not forcefully. The fact that you don't have anything in your own life going on will imply for others, or even for yourself, that you are supposed to be doing those things with them, or like for them, you know and it could be like for any reason. It could be that the plan you had for yourself, or the vision you had for yourself, seems to be too big. It just seems to be too impossible. And for me right now, that's the case, at least. Personally, I have never been this this disinterested in things which are not my own. So like I am doing things right now. I have projects, I have stuff to do, which I do. But never in my life I have been like so so distant from them. Like I am doing those things, right? But at the same time, I know that I have stuff to do for myself, for my own life, for my own vision, and I am doing that technically. I have posted a video, I think 4 days ago, and I'm happy. Like I'm happy that I have posted a video again. After a long time. I mean, even I don't know where I'm heading, but yeah, one very important thing which I noticed that I was doing in this past 1 month was trying to become someone who I wasn't. So I started to post videos, like 2 months ago. I mean, like I was posting since 5 months, but yeah, I was doing it like quite frequently 2 months ago, and I got views. I got very few views, like few hundred views, and I was very happy with that. Of course, like for someone like me, I was happy with that, and I was like, okay, how do I replicate this? How do I replicate this thing? How do I make more videos which will get views? And that's very natural response. Like I got views on such some videos, and I was like, let's just make some more videos which will get views. But for that, I had to fake stuff. I mean, not really fake, because there are a lot of YouTubers on YouTube that they are doing stuff which they are not really doing in their real life, but they are making videos of it, and they are talking as an expert regarding those things, and people are taking it as it is, and that's okay. If someone has a good let's say communication skills, or like articulation skills, or let's say he's a good presenter, then of course he can present anything technically. But I was like at least for me, like for me, doing that is just disastrous. Like right now at the age of 19, if I start to like fake stuff, or like try to act into something, or try to like behave as someone who I am not, I think it's really dangerous for me, because I still have like a lot of development to do on my own behalf, right? Like for my own self. So like telling someone else right now that I am someone who I'm not is just dangerous for me. Even if I get views, I mean, of course I want that. Like, of course, like people will see that bullshit, but still, that's not where I want to be. So I decided, fuck that shit, like fuck that shit, fuck that trying to getting some views shit. I was like, let's just get back to the starting point. Why I even started this thing? Why I even like started the channel? And if you go to my first video, I have like a monologue in that video regarding how discontent I am with life, and like it was like so corny, but like I had a monologue in that video about things are not working out. I need to like work on myself and work on my skills, and the next year should be just focused on my own self, my skills and stuff, which I'm doing to a certain extent, but not really to the point where I should be doing, or like not to the point at which I should be doing that thing. So I have decided for myself, at least, that stuff that I'm doing for someone else, or like my contribution for someone else's dreams or vision, I'll be doing that for now, at least. But regarding my own life, I think fuck being fake, fuck pretending to be someone who I'm not. I think like I should be like just be myself, I would say. Like just be myself, you know. That was the reason why I started the channel, you know. I thought okay, I'll show myself, you know, and I'll just see what will happen if I show myself and if I show my journey. So yeah, that's what going to be posted on this channel. I have shit loads of things to do. I need to like improve my fumble and my stammering. Yeah, so I have shit loads of things to do in my own life to improve, to work on, which I will, of course, because I don't have any other things to do. I mean, I have technically, but there isn't anything more important or more fulfilling than my own things or like my own life, you know, my own self. Not being selfish here, but yeah. So I'll be posting stuff and trying to be as honest as I can be. And I'll be posting stuff about things which I want to talk about, not things which will get views, and not in a way which will get views. Like, let's say I want to improve something in life. Let's say I want to improve my focus or discipline, right? I think I'll just share my whole journey of trying to improve that, you know, like from ground zero, how I started, or like the issues I was facing, and then how I improved, you know, the whole journey, I would say. Because on YouTube, like there are people who are making content and they are just making content, you know, like they are making content just for the sake of content. They're not being honest. They're not showing their real life. They're not showing their real self. And personally, I don't want to like do that shit. Like I feel like this is like a stain on the opportunity of being a YouTuber in some sense. Because if I can be completely honest on YouTube, then why should I like even fake myself? You know, like why should I fake who I am? So that's what I'm going to post about. And like I don't know if you guys think that way, but personally I think I mean I wouldn't say it is very weird to do all this thing, or it is like dysfunctional to do all these things, because most people who I know, at least, they aren't doing all these things, and they are kind of happy. Like they or at least like they seem to be happy, I would say. Like they seem to be content, and from my perspective they seem to be okay, you know. They are doing okay in life. So sometimes I do like feel like what the fuck I'm doing. like like what is this, you know, like what kind of autistic bullshit is this? But personally, like for me, there isn't anything else which is like this exciting, or there isn't anything else in life on which I can talk about while eating food. Like seriously, like I just came from outside. I had something like I had a meeting, you know, and I just came and I just like made my food, and I was just eating food, and there was this urge in me to shoot a video. You know, I was like I had to talk about this thing, no matter how useless this thing could be for others, but this thing is important for me. You know, this thing is the most important thing for me, at least. You know, the fact that I'm talking about this thing at 10 p.m. while eating food just shows to myself that there is something in this thing that has true sort of unadulterated, is that the word? Adulterated, right? Yeah, so like very true, unadulterated thing, which is just like coming out of myself. Something which no one else has told me to do. Like, no one has told me to like do this thing, right? I'm doing it without any profit or external uh, sort of benefit. Like like whenever I shoot this like these videos, I can't come up with words. Like seriously, there is a word. There is a word which should be used here. External benefit, no. External see, I can't think of it. Fuck this shit. Like seriously. But yeah, man, like even this thing, right? Like not being able to come up with words at the right time. I have to work on that shit. Like seriously. So yeah, I have aspirations. I have goals. The state I'm in right now can't achieve those goals. Can't do all those things. I need to like transform. There isn't anything else which is like so fucking urgent. I mean, life is going on. You know, life is going on. 5 months have passed away. Next 5 months will also pass away. Next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Time is passing by, regardless if you're doing something or not. So regardless of the fact that I am working on myself or not, I am improving or not, am I building something or not, am I building something which is my most true expression of creativity, or something which is just like so much aligned with my goal or my purpose in life. Regardless if I'm doing that or not, time is passing by. So why not do that thing? Why not work on it? No matter how boring it may seem. Last night I was listening to some random podcast about, I think, horror stories. I have this knack for horror stories since childhood. So I sometimes like before sleeping, I listen to these stories. And last night, I had a video regarding, I think, articulation. It was a like some speech therapist had a podcast. So I had like two options. Either I listen to that podcast about speech therapy and articulation, or I listen to that story, the horror story podcast. And I chose that horror story podcast. I was in that podcast for 5 minutes. I was like, stop that shit. I have something in life which is so fucking crucial. That is my articulation, my speech, my voice. And I'm not learning about that. I'm not progressing in that. I'm not bothered enough to listen to stuff regarding that. And I'm listening to some random shit. Of course, like you have to like maybe have some entertainment on side, have some free time, have some recreational time. Fine. For me, I feel like if this thing is not the most interesting thing in life, then something is wrong. Something is wrong. If I'm not interested in my own life, then what the fuck am I interested in? Like, what the fuck? If my own life is not the most important and most interesting to myself, then I'm fucked. I'm fucked, There's like so much. People who feel like there is nothing in life to work on or to wake up for, or life is getting bored. Dude, what the fuck? Like, come on. There is so much to work on. Like, so much. Like, take the most mundane thing in your life. Let's say you're shy. Work on that. Go out there, watch some videos, make a plan, work on that. Let's say you heard someone doing something and you were like, dog, like, how is that person doing that thing? How is he doing that thing? Can I do it? Can I do it? You realize maybe you can. Do it. Do it. Like, what else we do? Personally, like in my life, there is so less going on out of my life, out of my circle. I mean, like, there is so much less coming to me from outside than from my own self. Like personally, kuch nahi, like, why am I switching to Hindi? Like personally, nothing is happening. Like, I'm not like complaining or anything. Like, nothing is happening, dude. I see people, and like, I'm not being jealous here, or like, I'm not saying that I want that thing. I'm just saying, I see people who post stuff about like they are dating someone new, or like they found their person or something like that. Few weeks ago it was, I think, Valentine's Day. I wasn't being jealous. Maybe I was. Mostly I wasn't. I was just like, okay, fine. Like, I mean, good for them, good for them. But like in my life, personally, overall, like nothing is happening. Not in just like this aspect, but in like a lot of aspects, personally. Like, nothing is coming from outside if I'm not doing anything else. So if I'm not doing something consciously, then nothing is coming to me. I don't know how can I explain it, but yeah. So it just like kind of makes me so free, like I'm so fucking free now. I used to have expectations or these grudges, this envious, yeah, envious, right? Yeah, envious, maybe. Fuck, is it envious? Or like these kind of envy thoughts, or envious thoughts, yeah, of others, of things. I used to like think that why I don't have X, Y, Z, and I used to be like, I want that thing. But personally, I didn't wanted that thing. Or maybe I was, kind of. But I wasn't doing anything for that thing. And this is like for all the aspect of life, like for all the aspects of life, and like for all the things. Not just like one or two things. For everything. And I learned some lessons, I learned few lessons. And those were, you want something, you work for it, you get it. Simple. There is no power who is trying to stop you from anything. There is no godly power who's trying to stop you, or like trying to take opportunities away from you. No one is doing that. You are free. Like, you are free, dude. Of course, we all have advantages and disadvantages. Could be physical, could be mental, could be financial. But what can we do? So yeah, these potatoes, man. These potatoes, seriously, too good. Yeah. So let's work on our life. No matter how crazy our vision might sound to us right now, let's work on it, because there is nothing else which is so important, which is so worthwhile of our time than this single thing. So yeah. Peace out.